Markets everyone, welcome aboard. Happy Monday to you, May 17th, 2010. Here's your live trading recap. My name is Joseph James with SchoolTrade.com. Before we talk about the trades we took today, guys, had another very profitable day in the room, guys. We haven't had a single losing day this month. We've only had 2 losing days the entire year, guys. If you're still wanting more information about it, our blog has all the info on it, guys. The link for the blog is right below the video. Guys, if you haven't been to the blog yet, you owe yourself some time on the blog. Go to the blog, use the search box, sign up for our newsletter, and don't forget, guys, subscribe to that blog. That way, every time we get all the new stuff on the blog, you're following our blog. You're going to get everything brand new every time it comes out. And the link is right below the video, right? Whether you're on the YouTube page or on our blog, right below this video, guys, that link will take you to our blog, guys, so check it out. We took a bunch of trades today, guys. Had a really busy day today. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 total trades. That one in the middle there is on the Euro. I missed that Euro DX pattern short. It was a huge winner. We'll talk more about that in a second and why I missed it, why I was asleep at the wheel with you guys this morning. But as you can see, though, we took crude, gold, Euro. Boy, wonderful day. 1305, 127 ticks, guys. We're well above our goal now for the month. 45,000 for the year, guys. We broke our $10,000 goal for the month here, boy, last week. So another 100-tick day here in the room. Only 4 contracts, guys. You only need a couple $1,000 in your account making this money video with us. Let's come out and join us tomorrow morning live trade room. Let's see here. What's the most important thing that happened today? Well, it was a Monday morning, so we expect to see a relatively slow, sluggish start, right? The reason why you don't want to get out of bed Monday morning is the same reason why the big money traders don't want to get out of bed earlier, right? So Monday mornings, we know things are expected to be a little bit slow. We didn't have any real news. We had long-term tick flows at 9 o'clock. We had 8:30, what was it, industrial production, something like that. So we had a little bit of news at 8:30 and 9 o'clock, but once we got past 9:30, it was clean sailing, right? Nothing until 11 o'clock to worry about. So we really had to kind of wait to see what the morning had in store for us. Now, if we were to get a news event at about 10 o'clock or 10:30, that would be a whole different story. But where our news events here were at 9 o'clock and 8:30, once we got to the U.S. Open at 9:30, we had all of this open space in front of us. So we really had to kind of wait and see how the big money traders were going to jump into the market after the U.S. Open. It always helps, though, to start first with the good old dollar index. As you guys know, we're always going to start first with the dollar. Now, on the left side of your screen here, you'll see a dollar. This is my slower time frame. Now, it's pretty easy to see we've been trending up here on the dollar for the past 3 days straight. Going into Friday, we had a nice big strong uptrend here on the dollar. Now, of course, with the dollar trending, we expect to see the rest of the markets trend as well. So when the dollar's moving, whether it be up or down, we're usually going to see a lot more movement on things like gold, crude, euro, pound, Swissy, corn, wheat, soybeans. There could be a million different markets that will be tied to the dollar. We, of course, have our focus here in the trade room. But when we see the market then begin to now, right, go sideways here, look where we were this morning when we opened up our charts. We had those past 3-4 days of nice trending environment, but then we saw this morning, wait a second, we get it now going sideways. So what does the dollar tell us going sideways? That means just like when it trends, we expect with a sideways dollar, we expect to see sideways markets everywhere else. So we know now because of the dollar, we should be on our toes here this morning looking for some sideways markets. Now, what do you think would be a good trade pattern to use on a sideways market? Probably a 2-step, maybe a wave pattern. We'll take a look at how those trade patterns came out today, but we knew from watching our dollar first, today was going to be one of those days where whatever money we got, we're going to want to lock on tight, put it in our back pocket, and keep that capital. Don't give a chance to get this money back to the market here. Okay, so sideways dollar, we're thinking to ourselves, take that first profit target, move that stop down, lock out all that risk because we expect this market to be chopping around today, and we got exactly that. Now we're going to move with this somewhat quickly here. We took a bunch of trades today. I want to make sure I cover everything. Now, the first trade this morning was on the crude here. Went back and forth from crude to gold to the euro, back to the crude, back to the euro. And you can see only one of these trades we missed. So we did a pretty good job today at making sure we got everything. Short-term trend was down. We're going to break below this 71.25 level here on the crude. Now, in this example, we actually had 2 entries here. Now, the first entry, you'll see we marked on the left here, the first entry came at about 71.17. This entry here, we couldn't take it because momentum didn't confirm, right? Momentum was pointing up. You can see if you follow me down bottom here, right? Momentum was pointing up. Now, the second move, though, happened about a minute and a half later. was a great example of where we can skip the move without momentum confirming and then take the move down here at 912. Once it broke below that swing low, follow me down. Now this time we had momentum pointing down. It wasn't the perfect momentum, but we had seen momentum pop back up and then curl and point back down. I want to see momentum curl and point back down. That will confirm that entry. So 71.15 was the entry there. We got our first target at +4. Moved our stop down to entry -1, right? We know today is going to be a choppy day, so lock up that profit quickly, stick it in your back pocket, and don't give it back to the market. You can see that's exactly what this market wanted to do. If we wouldn't have managed our trades the right way here, guys, we would have made +4 and then given back -6. So tighten up that stop. This first trade of the morning, we went +4 and then, of course, +3. So we took 2 off at 4 and then 2 off at 3. Right, that takes 4 contracts off the table there. That's a total position. That's 14 ticks, 140 USD for the first trade of the morning. The learning environment here, guys, was good. This one, of course, good example of how we want to wait for that momentum indicator to curl. Once momentum curls, then we can begin to see this trade taken. Right, but not before that. Got to wait for it. Next up on gold, we saw 3 back-to-back winners. Now, there are 2 different types of patterns here, guys. Went breaker to wave, then to breaker. Now, guys, a lot of the members grabbed this with us this morning, so congratulations, guys. This gave you, as you can see here, quite a bit of profit in a very small amount of time. On the gold here, again, back to back to back. Now, first of all, here we come up. We're rising. We break above the previous open. We break above the 33.5 level, this red line here. We mark up our swing high, and we break above that swing high. Right now, that's the breaker pattern. There's our first trade. 951, 33.8 was the fill. We got our +4. We got our +8. Meanwhile, stop is moved to entry +1, and you can see what happened is it took us out at +1. So 2 off at 4, 1 off at 8, 1 off at 1. Right? That's four contracts, 17 ticks, 170 USD. Now, that wasn't the end of this move, though. What we saw, first of all, though, was once we got out of that trade, we then saw what? We saw this trigger line here get above the swing high here. Once my trigger line, right, gets above that swing high here at 33, say 33.5 here, right, then I know, look down bottom, look to make sure when momentum curls now and points back to the upside. Okay, once momentum curls up, as long as I have that trigger line right above that swing high level, that's my wave pattern long, and you've got your wave long here. I didn't get my fill until 35.3, so it was quite a bit higher than that by the time I get filled here. But as you can see, we got our +5 target filled, right? Moved our stop up to entry +1. We looked for +8. We got +10 filled, and then we moved our stop up to trail our stop for +5. So 2 off at 5, 1 off at 10, 1 off at 5. That's 4 contracts total, 25 ticks or 250 USD. So you can see, guys, there's 3 simple patterns here. Breaker long, the first one. Wave long was the re-entry.